finally happened. We are finally in Maine, officially. Today was the 5th trip to Maine. I have done 4 before, and they were all to my parents' house to drop off things in storage. But today was the 5th trip, and this time to my aunt's house where I'll be staying with my cats for the foreseeable future, I guess. The cats and I got here this morning. We just have spent all day settling in, moving things around a little bit, and just trying to be quiet and calm because, wow, it's been a long day. Earlier this afternoon, I did take a little time to go just less than a 5-minute drive up the road to some nearby trails so I could go for my daily walk in the woods, and it was so beautiful. This trail was part meadow, part woods, all along the ocean, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. And now it's evening and I'm exhausted. It really has been a long day. We started early this morning because it is Saturday today, and getting to my aunt's, she lives in like the mid-coast region of Maine, and if you are familiar with that at all, like Route 1 traffic in the summertime, particularly through the Wiscasset area and that bridge, oh my gosh, it's just a nightmare. So I wanted to get up early today. I actually wasn't sure I was going to come today because, as usual, I've had a boat assignment for the last several days and they've all canceled, including today. But I wanted to get up and hit the road early to avoid Saturday summertime traffic. Luckily, I didn't have to set an alarm. I just said, you know what, whenever the first food delivery truck wakes us up outside, which is every day, 7 days a week, between 2:30 and 4:30 in the morning, I said that's when we'll get up and go. And so luckily the food delivery gods let me sleep in a little bit this morning, and the first delivery driver came at 4:30. So that's when we got up, and I just loaded the car and wrangled the cats, and we were on the road by 6 a.m. And it was not easy to wrangle the cats because Piper, she just, you can't see him that great. My thigh took the brunt of it, but man, she just panics. Poor girl. And I really, really hope that that is the longest car ride that my cats ever have to endure. That was 2.5 hours, and that's the longest they've ever been. They've never been to Maine before, so wow, that was a long, long drive. It was 2.5 hours of them singing the songs of despair from the back seat practically the entire time. Oh gosh, those poor things. They're totally fine. Within a half hour, they were checking the entire house out. All 3 floors, even both of them came down to the basement. I was totally shocked, but they're fine. Now they're napping in the bedroom. My bedroom is like practically the size of the entire apartment I just moved out of, minus the bathroom. It's genuinely that big, so... And my apartment was genuinely that small. So the cats are ecstatic, I'm sure. Probably still a little freaked out, but once they get comfortable, I think they're gonna be so thrilled. There's so many windows. Hopefully that car ride was worth it, because whew, that was rough. I know it's been a while since I've given you guys an update, and I've been quiet lately because I've just been like hunkering down for this move, I guess. I haven't felt like talking. I just wanted to get it over with. And so even though I'm not totally done, I'm still planning to go back on Monday with my dad and my dad's truck, and we're gonna get the big items. But I don't have to sleep there ever again, and I don't have to be woken up between 2:30 and 4:30 a.m. ever again. Oh my gosh. And that stray cat, he just wouldn't leave. Oh. Moving to that place was just not the right move. But that's okay. You don't know things until you know sometimes. And that's all right. I'm very fortunate that my aunt is letting me stay here surrounded by birds. Like, It's so lovely here. It's so beautiful. And she's hardly ever here, so I'm so grateful for this. And I don't know what's next. I just wanted to get this move over with so that I could be centralized in a better location than that apartment, because that was not fun for me. It was just not good. I still don't know what's to come, but now that I'm here, I can have a breather for a minute and focus on job hunting, I guess. I don't know. Where did I put my phone? It's crazy. I don't think I brought it down here, but my boat trip for today, this is getting so ridiculous. It is the 27th of the month today, and I've only worked 6 days this month. I have 6 sea days. 6. Not great. Not great at all. And I have been willing and able, with the exception of Monday, I have told them I don't want boat trips on Monday because that is moving day. But other than that, I've been flexible this whole weekend. I had wanted to move up here Friday morning, but then Thursday came around, and of course I got a boat assignment, so a boat assignment for Friday. I said, okay, no problem, I'll just hang. And unfortunately, they're like not deciding until 8 p.m. for the most part. Not all of them. Some of them know before earlier in the day, but 8 p.m. they're waiting for that like final weather report of the evening so they can determine if they want to go the following morning. So unfortunately, that's what happened. However, my boat assignment that I got yesterday for today, he pulled that on me last night. I texted him around 3 in the afternoon. That's usually when I reach out to them. And he said, check back in with me at 8 p.m. So I did. And he said, I don't have my phone, I can't remember exactly, but he said, I have shared your number with this other person, Joe, who I can only assume is his crew / alternate captain for when he's not going. But he said he will be deciding by 10 p.m. If you haven't heard from him by then, reach back out and let me know, and I'll make the call. 10 p.m.? It's bad enough we're on call like every day. We don't know if we're working the next day until 8 p.m. Like, that is bad enough, especially given that we have to be up and functioning and at the dock anywhere between 1 and 3 a.m. That's already not much margin to sleep. At 8 p.m., you're telling me you're going or you're not. If you're going, I need to like immediately pack my lunch and my gear and be ready for the morning and go right to bed so I can even get a few hours of functional sleep. 10 p.m.? What? Like, I just sat there dumbfounded, staring at the text. Luckily, about 30 seconds later, he sent a follow-up text that said, oh, never mind, we're not going tomorrow. But, like, I was literally just staring at it, making sure I read it correctly for the 5th time. Like, are you joking? 10 p.m.? That's so mean to do to someone when... Oh my gosh, but anyway. Yeah, about 30 seconds later, he said, no, never mind. So, luckily, it ended right there at 8 p.m., but that's still, like... I took a screenshot of it and sent it to my supervisor because earlier she had texted me and said, if they drag it out past 8 p.m., let me know, because they've been pulling this crap lately. It's like they're playing games with us. I don't know, that's what she said, but that was the first time I hadn't really encountered the whole later than 8 p.m. thing. That's wild. But I just, like, thought she was being nice. So I sent her that screenshot. She's like, you've got to be kidding me. So yeah, at 8 p.m. last night, once I found out my boat trip for today was canceled, I packed half the car and then packed the other half and the cats this morning. But I'm just exhausted. It's been so much driving back and forth. And I actually had a boat assignment for tomorrow as well, back out of Gloucester. That would have been so much driving. But wouldn't you know it, they canceled as well. So that leaves Tuesday and Wednesday to try to get maybe 2 more sea days this month. It sucks. Like, I definitely moved here just in time because, I mean, obviously, I've shared every bit of this with you guys. We all saw the writing on the wall with being so hard to get any trips in June. I'm really glad I decided to bail out on my lease and just, like, stop the bleeding right then with rent and move here, because 6 sea days, I would not be able to pay rent for next month. So, yeah, that's kind of scary, kind of sucky, kind of ridiculous. I don't know. But also, being here, I wanted to get here, and then, like, now I'm located more or less in an area where I want to be, which is Maine, which I can't believe I'm saying that. I wanted nothing less growing up, but here we are. I guess that happens to a lot of people. But anyway, I'm more or less where I want to be, so now it makes more sense to start job hunting again now that I'm up here. Which we all know the job market's a freaking nightmare right now. So I'm also hoping to integrate some more gig work on the side and hopefully start like Instacart shopping or delivering food or something. I don't know if delivering groceries or food is gonna like pay off in the way that I would like it to, but certainly could be options just to start pulling money in right away, even if it's not a lot. Obviously, I'm not pulling in a lot from my W-2 job either right now. It sucks because with my current job and trying to schedule sea days around fishermen that seem to not want to go, man, this like on-call absolutely every single day stuff is kind of annoying. And it's going to be hard to find other things that really can work around that kind of schedule. So I very much might be limited to just gig work like delivering groceries or food. But if that's the case, so be it. I'm going to do my best, because the point of being here and eliminating a lot of housing expenses from my plate, you know, electricity and gas and internet, I'm now going to pay a much less rent, but I will pay something to my aunt. That drastically reduces my monthly expenses, which is amazing. I will be driving more just because the majority of my trips are still going to be out of Gloucester when they actually go. Luckily, that apparently isn't very many days a month, but it will be a lot more driving, at least I think. I anticipate anyway. But certainly reduced monthly expenses overall for me, which is great. And I'm going to be trying my best to drastically reduce my food and grocery budget. The beautiful thing about here is I clearly no longer live across the street from a sub shop. I don't live upstairs from an ice cream shop. I don't live anywhere near walking distance to anything. Getting food delivered to me is going to be a heck of a lot more expensive, and I'm not going to want to do it. So at least this location will foster better eating habits as far as cooking at home way more. Maine is so great about local food, local produce. There's so much zero waste up here. Like, it's just so lovely. It's so right up my alley. There's also so many people that just have little veg stands at the end of their driveways. I'm very much looking forward to living back in rural areas where that's a thing. Hopefully by focusing on, you know, just my neighbor's produce and hitting the farmers markets whenever I can, it should drastically reduce my food and grocery expenses from June, probably July. I haven't added it up yet because we're not there yet. I did not want to cook in that apartment. There was no counter space. And here is the exact opposite. There's so much counter space. So, time to save some money and get back into actually saving money. Like, I'm not super concerned about investing right now, whatever. I just want to get back to saving every single month and not living on savings. That is not a fun place to be for me. Just given my past financial history and like pulling myself up out of such a huge ditch and getting myself to a place where I've made it a point to pay myself first and save money and invest and donate every single paycheck or every single month. And then when all that changed in January and I suddenly was faced with a furlough and unemployment for the first time and just eventually losing that job and having to pivot, and it's just been a lot of I was doing so good financially, and not that I'm not now, but just man, I'm so glad I have those habits. And now it's like it freaks me out if I'm not saving money, because the habit of saving was so ingrained and has been so ingrained. And so I'm happy in that sense. I'm definitely not saying like I just went off the rails financially over here. It just didn't feel great for me after having that savings habit for so long and doing so great. I mean, my God, I paid off 6 figures of debt in 5 years and saved a 12-month emergency fund and bought myself a new, reliable, long-term vehicle. And like, oh my God, I did insane progress financially in a 5-year window. And then I had to walk away from that job for my mental health, and it's okay. It was time. Like, I don't regret that for 1 second. But things have just been a little whoop since then, and that's okay. That's okay. Still no regrets, I'm just looking forward to getting back to a place where I can save. I don't have that insane need for debt payoff anymore. Like, the student loans are there. They've been compartmentalized, and they're not ruling my life anymore, because that wasn't mentally healthy either. But, I don't have any other debts anymore, and that's amazing. And I hope to never again, other than a mortgage. Other than that, I hope to never again. And that feels great for me. And I still have my fully intact emergency fund that continues to grow every single month. It's just that from my personal W-2 income, I have not saved a little bit each paycheck. And that is what I don't like. And that is what I'm looking forward to getting back to. But I can't do that on just 60 days in a month. So yeah, it's time to pivot. Find other ways, other avenues, and hit that job market again. I think. I don't know. What sucks is I love this job. I love the schedule flexibility. If I could just work more, that'd be real cool, I would even say 10 days a month I could do on what I'm paid per day. I could even get away with 10, but 6, oh my God, that's so low. But this job is amazing. Love the schedule. I would rather work fewer really freaking long days than do, a Monday to Friday 9 to 5. The thought of going back to that, guys, I just don't know. I mean, I would if I could, if I had to, for sure. But I'm just saying, this job could be the dream. If I could just not get seasick ever, that'd be cool. And we've been fine lately. Everything's fine. And if I could just work more. But that's okay. It's you guys, I saw a huge pot. Okay, I don't know how big of a pod of dolphins it was the other day, but you could see probably 20 at the surface at any given time, just playing. Beautiful, sunny, flat, calm day. They were just chasing herring, I think. But they were just jumping up, rolling around, playing with each other. Oh my God. It's days like that are totally redeeming and make the annoyances of this job totally worth it. And that's why shit like that is why I became a marine biologist. It was just totally a soul-lifting day. Dolphins, they're so cool, so beautiful. So just having a good time out there, Not everyone gets to see that at work. How crazy. So, I would like to keep this job. I would just like to work more. So, July was the first month of giving it a go. I'm not ready to just completely write it off yet, but we do definitely need to integrate other things. So, we're here. It's okay. Now we can start doing that. And that's enough yammering. But just wanted to update you guys on where I'm at with the move and my headspace and work and everything else. So here, I'm excited. More to come. Thank you guys so much for watching and all of your continued support. I will see you again very soon. Bye.